What's up, Calisthenixpro family, and welcome to the ultimate front flip regrab tutorial. Let's get it. My name is Xavier Cormier, aka Calisthenixpro, and welcome back on the channel. In this video, I'm gonna tackle one of the easiest power moves you can unlock in freestyle calisthenics, and that's the front flip regrab. So obviously this is an advanced freestyle calisthenics skills. If you don't master all the basics of dynamics from the swing on the bar all the way to the swing 360, shrimp flip, and so on, I really recommend you to only watch this video and then stack up your skills before trying to do this one. So this tutorial is not really for beginners, it's more for advanced calisthenics athletes that already have a good foundation and that are also mastering the front flip out of the bar. That is actually the only requirement before moving on into this tutorial, is to make sure that you master the flip out of the bar, which is the front flip in this case, so we can make sure that we can really focus on the technique and also the progression you need to master for the front flip regrab. So I'm not gonna explain much more of the technique you need for the front flip out of the bar. I feel like if you're watching this tutorial, it only makes sense that you master these skills. And the cool thing is that once you master the front flip out of the bar, it's not really hard to step up the intensity a bit more and go for a full front flip regrab. So in this video, I'm really gonna explain you all my tips and tricks I've learned over the past 5 years mastering these skills, and make sure that you avoid injury and also know the right progression to move safely forward learning these skills. So now that we know the requirements, it's pretty easy. You only need to master the front flip out of the bar. Now I'm gonna explain some of the main injuries or mistakes most of the beginners are doing when trying to do the front flip regrab. First, they obviously think it's the same technique as a regular front flip out of the bar, which is not the actual truth. It's not that far from it, but you really need to tweak some technique in the skills to make sure you can do a front flip regrab at the end of the day. Second, they land way too close from the bar and they actually ended up eating the bar. 3, they are skipping the main progression and they have no clue on what they're actually doing. 4, they land way too far from the bar and they have absolutely no accuracy, so they can't catch the bar. And the 5th one, my favorite, they try to blind catch the bar, so they're just simply don't know where they are in the air, they have no proprioception, and they try to re-grab the bar, and which I think is one of the reasons why most of the beginners are never able to catch the bar before they actually get injured. So now that you're aware of the danger and also the requirement you need before moving on, we're ready to tackle the progression. So our first progression, it's actually gonna be the front flip out of the bar, but we want to land with accuracy at a very specific spot. We want to actually put a marker on the ground, either a resistance band or anything that's gonna allow you to spot the landing and know exactly where you're gonna land after your front flip out of the bar. That way, we're gonna be able to move safely forward and eventually get closer to the bar and also land our first front flip regrab. So one of my main rule of thumb is to actually use the distance of my arm and add an extra foot from it, so I can know that I have the exact location where to land and I know I'm not too close, neither too far. And it's very important that when you're just getting started, you can land a bit further from the bar or further than the length of your arm and a foot, but you definitely don't want to land too close, because that's where the most dangerous part of these skills is, and that's landing on the bar. You want to avoid this at all costs. It's the same with pretty much all the progression I'm showing in my tutorials. I really want you guys to avoid getting injured by landing on the bar or simply by over-rotating and landing face plant on the ground. So the very first thing we're gonna do is place yourself under the bar, step back a little bit, and calculate the distance of your arm, and you want to add maybe an extra foot from it. So somewhere around here would be my perfect spot. So now I don't have anything to really mark on the ground where I want to land, so I'm going to use a wrist wrap. So as you can see, I want to land pretty much in this exact same spot. So that way I know every time I'm gonna use momentum from my swing and do the flip, I'm gonna land exactly at the same spot. It's pretty much like shifting a clutch in a manual car. You want to have this on lock, because if you don't know the exact momentum you're generating from your swing, then it's gonna be some random attempts and you might have some good chance to hit the bar or simply never catch it at all. So that's gonna be our first drill. It's gonna be an accuracy drill. We're gonna try to really land at the same spot at least 3 times in a row. And when you're feeling confident enough, you can start moving safely a bit forward, so you can really put the marker on the ground exactly where you need to be, so that you can realistically regrab the bar in a front flip regrab. Like I said, you don't want to skip any progression. You want to take your time. So if you feel like the distance of your arm plus a foot is still too close from the bar and you're scared of getting injured, you can step back from 1 more foot, and eventually after each attempt, when you really feel that you're mastering the front flip and that you also calculate the exact momentum you need for a front flip regrab, then it's gonna be the time to step forward and place the marker closer to the bar at the length of your arm. So pretty easy. That's the first drill. So let me calculate again. Under the bar, distance of my arm plus 1 foot. And now we're gonna do this 3 times in a row. As you can tell, I did land way too far, and at this distance, I have absolutely no chance to regrab my front flip. All right, we're definitely at the good spot. Let's get into step number 2. Now that we know exactly where we land on the ground, we're gonna need a bit more momentum, and also we're gonna need to spin faster. The reason why is because if you're doing just a front flip out of the bar, you're gonna land on the ground and you're not gonna catch anything. So you don't need to spin that fast, just like a regular flyaway out of the bar. But if we're going for a front flip regrab, we're definitely gonna need a bit more airtime, so we can make sure that we can catch the bar and also make sure we can spot the bar before trying to catch it. If you're spinning slow, then you're probably gonna blind catch the bar, like I said in the first mistakes, and that's gonna be very hard to regrab, and it's probably gonna make your regrab also very hard on your shoulders and your back. So it's really important that you master the flip itself and that you slowly increase the intensity of your airtime and the momentum you're generating from your swing. So same thing as step 1, we're gonna try to land at the exact same spot with accuracy, but now we're gonna try to spin faster and gain a bit more airtime. So 3 feet away from the bar, 1 more foot just to be safe. We're not trying to regrab the bar yet. We're simply trying to really master the flip and also understand how we can rotate faster by tucking our leg and opening up a bit faster as well. Woo! All right, definitely I had more airtime, but it wasn't control, so that doesn't really count. You could tell that I would have a hard time regrab that front flip from this flip out of the bar. So it's very important that even if you land at the good spot, that you land with control, that you have the time to also spot the bar. Woo! All right. I'm landing at the good spot, but my landing is not control. I'm definitely getting more airtime, which is the goal, but I feel like I'm not spinning fast enough for a front flip regrab. If you know me, I've been doing these skills for 5 years. It's always on and off. If I stop practicing it, I need to start again with this progression and make sure I can land it on lock, because when it's competition time, I don't have multiple attempts. I need to have it on the first time. And that's pretty much our goal right now, is to have the front flip on lock. Woo! All right, that was the one. So as you can tell, a bit more airtime, I'm spinning faster. I was also able to open faster in the air, spot the bar, and land super comfortably on the ground. So if you can stick your landing, that's gonna be a good sign that you're on the right path and you're mastering the front flip itself. Make sure to not rush any progression, because otherwise you're probably just gonna end up getting injured, and you really wanna avoid landing on the bar. So landing a bit further It's definitely not gonna hurt you, but that's not gonna be the perfect swing or the perfect spin we're reaching for. So take your time, and when you feel like you finally control it, you have enough air time, we're gonna move on into the third progression. All right, we're almost at the end of this tutorial. It's pretty easy once you unlock the front flip and you feel comfortable doing it as well. You really wanna avoid having any jerky movement or feel like you're not comfortable flipping, because that's gonna be the main reason it's gonna hold you back from landing these skills. So now we're at step number 3, and it's pretty easy. We're gonna try to spot the bar. So it's pretty easy. You simply need to touch the bar and land at the exact same spot that we did for the whole tutorial. So don't forget to put your marker on the ground. So right now I'm slipping a bit off the bar. I don't have full control. And one of my best tricks to avoid slipping off and not having the perfect grip is to use liquid chalk. And I don't just apply it on my hands, I apply it on the bar, because sometimes the sweat is sticking on the bar. And no matter how much chalk you put in your hand, it's still gonna slip. So make sure to check this out, Calisthenixpro Liquid Chalk. The link is in the description, and you can also save 10% off store-wide using Xavier 10 at checkout. So I'm gonna apply a bit of liquid chalk, spread it on my palm, and then I'm gonna rub the bar and let it dry. So definitely if you're slipping off the bar, it's not gonna be an accurate swing. It's still gonna play in the accuracy of your flip and the momentum you generate from your swing. So it's very important to have an optimal grip. Use any type of chalk, or just make sure you have a good grip on the bar. All right, so now that I master my flip off the bar, I'm really gonna try to land 3 feet or the distance of my arm from the ground. So I'm gonna put my marker slightly forward and closer to the bar. That way my accuracy is gonna be even better, and I have more chance to re-grab the bar. All right, we're definitely at the good spot. We simply need to spin faster, spot the bar, and try to touch it. Woo. 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 So we're almost there. Normally you should be able to do 3 taps on the bar in a row before trying to re-grab the bar. Obviously I've been doing front flip re-grab for 5 years, so I can cheat a little bit on this rule. But if you're a beginner, or if you only land these skills a few times, I still recommend you to stick with this progression and make sure you practice this drill until you feel really comfortable and that you have the confidence to just fully set your front flip re-grab and land it. So that's it for the front flip re-grab tutorial. I really hope this one was helpful. If it was, let me know down in the comment. And if you have any other question, I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. So let me know down below. Also, don't forget to check out the Calisthenixpro app, where I'm sharing all my skills and tutorial to learn freestyle skills like the front flip re-grab, shrimp flip, swing 360, and all the cool stuff, so the beginners can take their freestyle game to the next level. Also, make sure to check it out, because I'm sharing all my workout programs and tutorials on this spot, so that's gonna be really helpful for you if you're trying to master freestyle calisthenics. Other than that, make sure to check the link in the description. You're gonna find my favorite calisthenics equipment, my supplement, and all the sponsors that are helping me out, giving you guys the best tutorial out there. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure to smash the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.